Good evening, YouTube. You guys are now watching another segment of TheCaliEffect, King of Games. I am here with our sponsored player, Drizzy Drake Roberts, also known as Jessie J. Roberts, also known as Jessie Spyral God Roberts, with an amazing deck profile. As you guys can see, he did top third place at Yu-Gi-Oh! Level Up Expo. Tell us your experience.
It was a long day. A lot of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Lots and lots of Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, obviously we know the title, but what exactly did you play?
I played Knightmare Spyral.
Why did you decide to play Knightmare Spyral? Because yesterday at the Las Vegas Regional, we were playing something different. We were playing...
we were playing trash.
Yeah, we were just playing trash.
We showed up 2 rounds late for that regional. We wasn't on top anyway, so we was playing trash.
Okay, so what made you come around to Spyral Knightmare?
Well, Knightmare Spyral was a concept that my friend Oscar had introduced to me. Nightmares kind of revived the deck with their discard and their ability to do things.
Okay.
Generic links. They're new cards out of the Flames of Destruction set, I think it is, and they do things. They actually do things when you links with them.
We've seen a couple of profiles of Knightmare Spyral, but I don't think you guys got one as saucy as this, especially with somebody like yours truly, and of course my sponsor player Jessie J. Roberts explaining you why he plays his choices ever so eloquently. So let's start off with the monsters.
Alright, so the monster lineup is very simple. 3 agent.
I mean, for the people that don't know, Spyral's Super Agent is pretty straightforward. You declare, hopefully you're declaring monster unless you're playing against some awkward deck. You declare monster, you get a free monster to your side of the field. Spyral is really reliant on getting that Spyral Super Helix to its side of the field and then comboing off from there.
Yes, so we play a 3 agent. This is actually a going first build. I know that the original Spyral deck used to play going second. That was most optimal at its prime. Back in, what was it, before the February 5th ban list, everything was going second Spyral. So my choices are very different now. Oscar and I sat down and built the deck basically together, and the choices that we made were to mainly go first because since you don't have 3 resort, you can't play through a lot of the gates and whatnot, so you kind of have to adjust the deck. So 3 agent is critical to the starting strategy because it's the only one you can activate turn 1.
Okay.
Unlike tough, you can't activate tough going first. You can only activate agent going first.
Okay.
So when you're trying to use pretty much to kind of like bait to get the reveal off, and it's also, if it successfully happens, you get a free summon. If it doesn't, then it's just in a free pop with it.
It's information at the very least.
It's information at the very least, and if it successfully happens, it's a monster and a backer removal if you're going second for whatever reason. So it kind of acts as spot removal.
Okay, what do we have next?
Next we have 2 tough. We opted to play 2 tough because we're not going second, we're going first. So you can't actually activate nor resolve tough when you're going first. You have to have a target on board because it's part of its cost. So when you're to summon tough, to normal summon tough and then attempt to call agent is kind of senseless because you're still blind calling anyway. So why play more cloggy cards?
And when tough is going second, he's a pretty good exile force like effect.
Very good when going second. Tough agent equals helix and a bunch of other.
Yeah, you get 2 destructions at the very least.
Yeah, and so our 1-up spirals. The gear for sending and honestly the attacking direct never really came up, but it is there just in case you need it. It's also great for non-destructive, non-removal for the spiral, for a sleeper basically. Quick fix because
it's limited to 1 for a reason. It's
broken.
One of the better cards of the deck. I remember when it was at 3 with Machine Dude. Oh
broken.
Man! But it lets you search Spiral gear cards. Don't get confused. Spiral gear is a sub-archetype of the deck. And it still fits the Spyral confines, but Spiral gear cards are all searchable through Quick Fix.
Yeah. Drone, we're always stacking our opponent's deck.
Yeah, that'll guarantee your calls.
Yeah, drone agent equals I get to see what's coming up next, and I know what you're playing, and nobody likes that.
Yeah, nobody likes to already be spied on. Get it? Spied on.
There is a reason.
Hey, we coming with the buns, boy.
Sleeper because. I don't know why, but I mean I do know why. 2 pops in 1 turn is just oppressive.
That's one of the best cards in the
That's
game.
oppressive as hell. It says, no, it literally says destroy 2 of your opponent's cards, and if it's equipped with last resort, it can't be. You can target itself and it won't die.
Yeah.
So it's insane.
He's basically the boss monster to the Spyral strategy. You don't need more than 1, mainly because such of a low monster count. But it's a really cloggy if you play more than 1, unless you're like trying to turbo out Sleeper. But that's not the way that this build optimizes.
No.
You want to bring out Sleeper at the right times, and more often than not, when you bring him out at the right time, he's pretty much more than enough to win you the game.
I always opened him, and whenever I opened him, it was never a really good hand.
Yeah.
But when I did open him, I just find a way to get 3 Spyral cards to the graveyard. And one of the cheeky plays that I do is I'll get a Knightmare monster and a Sleeper on board. I'll swing for damage. I'll activate Sleeper to target itself and whatever's on their board. Destroy Sleeper, wipe the board out, because when he's destroyed and destroy something else, I get to put an agent on board and swing for 19 more damage with the agent. So there's some OTK potential there.
Okay.
So we like that, and Master Plan. We gotta have Spyral Master Plan because
make sure to hold Southside E.
Yes, she is insane. Like honestly, if they had hit her from the get-go, I don't think that. I mean, drone and quick fix are a problem, and so is Resort. I get it, but the deck wouldn't have been as potent without Spyral Master Plan.
Agreed. This card is like, I mean, once per turn you get to search a mission card from your deck.
A mission rescue card, and that's not once per turn. That's once per turn per Master Plan, and then the
it's a soft once per turn.
Yeah,
as long as you keep summoning her, you can keep searching.
Yes, and she basically helps you in this variant. She's not your heart and soul per se, because you can't really resolve her as frequently as you'd like because of the fact that Resort's limited.
Yeah, she doesn't pop off as often.
No, but with the Knightmare cards, it helps extend her play a little bit further. So she's actually really good. I honestly, opening her, she's a ditch fodder. She comes back, she searches me my rescue to extend my plays, and when I resolve her for a Spyral monster and a Resort, it's just broken.
You didn't draw her at any time.
Absolutely, I did. Absolutely, these two I saw more than I wanted to, and this little fucker. I'm sorry, like I saw these three fuckers more than I needed to. No, I just outplayed it.
It's Spyral is that consistent now with the Knightmare monster.
Absolutely not. It's bricky as all holy hell. But this is the thing I'm gonna say about this deck though. You can't just copy this list, go to a locals, and results may vary basically. It requires, and I'm not gonna say that no one can learn the deck. It just requires
some more thinking.
Yeah, it's a lot of skill because you have to play. For example, my final round, I screwed up. I played myself, and that's what took me to third place when I was in second place because I made a mistake. And if you make mistakes like that with this deck, you can and will lose most likely. But if you don't make mistakes and you think your plays through so carefully and you can read your opponent, you're most likely going to win.
So we can say that the skill ceiling of this deck is extremely high.
Yes, it's almost as high as playing something like Inferno. It looks easy from the get-go, but it's
really
like
if you ever played Spyral, you're like, oh, this is easy. Nah, plot twist. What else do we have for hand traps? What do we run in the main board for hand traps?
So part of the reason why this format is so like why Pen Magician is doing so well is because no one's really playing hand traps. But we played 3 Astri Ogre. I feel like this was the right ratio. Any more hand traps would have been a little bit more, I feel, cloggy.
Were you against the 2-2-2?
2-2-2 what?
2 Ash, 2 Ogre, 2 Droll, or 2 Effect Veiler?
No, Droll's fine in all respect. It does what it needs to do. In my opinion, against Pendulum, Ogre does more than enough. Against Draco, if they don't have Rock Boy out, Ogre's more than sufficient. Against those are the only 2 really relevant decks. Against everything else, Ash is pretty...
Trickstar?
Don't get me started with Trickstar. Against everything else, Ash is pretty sufficient. Honestly, you don't need more than these decks. Droll and Lockboard is cute, but it's cloggy.
Okay.
So I don't really see the point to all of that. So I felt like this was fine. It was more than enough. I never saw it more than I needed to anyway. So
okay.
1 Ibly.
It was the card that I didn't have, so I didn't put it in any of my profiles.
Yeah,
but it was good.
This is a brand new card of Flood as well too. This thing is insane.
Yeah.
This thing is absolutely insane. I didn't really fully understand what it did until I started playing.
Yeah, it looks like one of those lackluster effects, and then you start like playing with it, and you realize it's free, and then you realize all of its potential. You're like, whoa.
Well, I'll go through one of the combos when I'm done here, but this thing is like absolutely insane because it's free link material. And when it's sent to the graveyard, you can special summon it to your opponent's side of the field, and then they can't special summon any monsters except for link monsters. So they have to commit their normal summon first, link off with this card unless they run the Knightmare Mermaid, and then they can proceed with their play. But if not, they're kind of stuck in the water and they have to basically commit the normal summon. But here's the other thing too. It is a quick effect, and it's a you can or optional effect. So you can actually stack your chain links to where this is the last thing on the chain, and it prevents you from being ashed when you're resolving Master Plan.
Yeah, you're right.
So there's a lot of cheeky tech choices, and it just kind of helps you further your combos. She is a short print, and she's a one-of, but she's going to be an expensive one-of. That much is very, very clear.
Okay.
The Strudel Noodle and the Dark Worm. These are, we play these because we run the Ravine and the Foolish Burial.
Why the Dark Worm? We understand the Destrudo to get into your Ancient Fairy, but...
Yeah, so Dark Worm gives you another target to send in case, this is a bricky deck. You are going to open Garnets. Let's be completely honest. So you are going to...
Like almost every card in the deck is a Garnet.
Yeah. So like Takatawa or the Terratops, you're always going to open freaking Takatawa.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh, man. I love that part.
Yeah, so we're always going to open Destrudo.
Okay.
Basically. I'm going to assume that we open Destrudo, so we want another target off of the Ravine.
Okay.
Now, the reason why, so this is great for your synchro plays. This is good because if you open 1-for-1 in this, if they ash to 1-for-1, in worst case scenario, you get a body on board you can link with.
Okay. So it's just a body, really.
Yeah, so it's a body, really, and it basically doesn't let you neg 1.
Okay.
Because like the same logic that Pendulum Magicians have a pen call in this, when they pen call and they activate this, if it gets ash, Dark Worm still hits the board and it can link off for Electromite. The same thing applies here. You can if you open this and Ravine, for example, you can activate the Ravine,
and now
then you can send something from the rescue mission or whatever from the deck to the graveyard. You can send this to grave off the Ravine, especially because you control no monsters. Activate the Destrudo and sync off for Ancient Fairy, and you can commit your normal summon.
Okay.
That's the reason why we played the Dark Worm. It's not terrible. Actually.
But does it make sure to West Side E?
It does, actually. It does. To Ravine, we always want to send shit. I like sending cards to the graveyard.
There's quite a few cards in that deck that wants to send cards.
We want to send our Assaults, our Mission Rescues, our Supreme Kings, our Spyral cards even, Master Plan. Just getting stuff from the graveyard is really good, and because the discard is actually cost, it's really fantastic as a matter of fact. This card is basically your extender. It's more important now than it was before because we don't have 3 resort anymore. So we actually need to have that card.
Okay. I don't think we gotta explain the next card.
It's free.
Free monsters.
This is whatever you want me to be. We're always trying to special summon. We're not trying to. We're not trying to not special summon. If you go first or second, this is just an extender. Either way. 1 assault, 1 foolish burial, and 1 shuffle reborn.
We understand Shuffle Reborn is the exact same thing as Monster Reborn in this deck. We can already assume Foolish Burial is for, at the very worst, Dark Worm, Quick Fix, Noodles. Those are all, competent targets. Explain to us Spyral Assault, because, the Spyral Mission Assault, because this wasn't a great card in Spyral's Prime, and it's definitely seeing more play.
Yeah. So the trouble with the deck is getting 2 Spyral cards on the board. Like the combo consists of a lot of different things. The combo consists of using Knightmare Unicorn to send back the resort to resolve Master Plan more than once, and that's what it really boils down to. But this card actually has a built-in draw effect, so the actual effect face up is not half bad. If you destroy an opponent's monster with a Spyral card you control, you draw 1 for destruction. So we like drawing cards. So we're never against doing the work to draw cards.
Yeah.
But in the graveyard, we ran 3 Foolish Burial of Goods. So when we opened this, we were always sending either one of the 2 rescues or the assault to basically fully extend our plays. And because Max C is banned, you're not scared of it. We're not scared of it. The only reason why they didn't run this in their main build is because Double Summon played around Max C. This, because you can chain Max C to the activation of assault and gain 1. This doesn't. We don't have Max C anymore, so we're not obligated to have an additional monster in our hand to resolve double summon. We're just able to free special summon, and Foolish is explanatory. Shuffle Reborn, I never saw it the whole tournament, so I never got a chance to actually use it.
It's Monster Reborn.
Yeah, but its banished effect to shuffle 1 is actually...
I forgot all about that.
It's actually really good. It was very prominent during Zoo format for that reason, because you can get dead cards like Flying Sea and whatnots off your board and actually continue your play, so it's got some plays, and this was just... If I opened this, I was doing stuff today. I really was. I love Foolish Burial Goods. It just helps me get in there. Getting guts. 1 big red because it's a Monster Reborn. I don't understand.
Keep in mind, it's a Spyral gear card, so Quick Fix can search it.
Yeah, so Quick Fix searches it. You help make lean cards. And
a lot of people forget that the monster can't be destroyed by battle, but I ain't gonna say nothing about that.
Let's not talk about that. The one of. It is the most broken Yu-Gi-Oh card on the face. One of the most broken field spells ever to exist in the game. I think more broken than Ragonic Diagram, because it literally says, activate, get a free search, you can't target me, and I'm going to recur a resource for future reference.
Yes.
So it's
and that's its cost.
Yeah, that's its cost.
Its cost is to recur a future resource.
I'm sorry, I'm going to put back an agent that I already abused back in my deck.
Yeah, like that. That's kind of ridiculous.
It's just just free. I don't understand.
I wish costs were that good all the time.
It's free. And more free cards. We like free cards. This is, as Gary would call it, a boneless Monster Reborn's a boneless so charge. So we always like reviving more than one card to make more link plays. Never drew it, but in theory it's good.
There's no need to explain the other two.
No, and these two are just, if you don't run these cards, and then if you have the chance to run broken cards, run broken cards.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it. Three more Spyral Resorts. We were always trying to see Spyral Resort because we like this. And my favorite, MVP of the day. So the original deck list didn't have this, but then I thought about it for like 30 seconds, and I don't have infinite permanents, and we haven't gotten those yet.
Yeah.
But Imane Iwata's a bitch.
How much did that come up?
Well, I mean, the only Draco player that I actually played when I went first, I drew it and I set it. He normal summons Imane Iwata, and I flipped the Chalice on him, and I have 2 hand traps in hand, and he basically couldn't play beyond that.
He already knew it was up.
Yeah, there was Ogre for the diagram, then there was Ash for the Demise. And
he already knew it was up.
Yeah, Imane Iwata is the only, in my opinion, is the only thing that keeps that deck alive. So if you can negate the Imane Iwata, you're basically saying eat a dick.
But Masterpiece is broken.
Masterpiece is broken, and that's the card that needs to get banned to fix that deck. But Imane Iwata, I just
personally, I noticed for another side thing, I don't think banning Masterpiece would like kill the deck.
No, but honestly, the deck's more fair if you take away Masterpiece. Yeah, bring back
no deck is fair.
No, it's more balanced than you think without Masterpiece. The other guys don't do shit.
Yeah, anyways, that's for a whole nother conversation. We'll argue about that later. Get to that last trap card.
And the obvious 2 trap cards. The Monster Reborn on wheels, and most people don't realize that it allows you to recur a resource from grave. So
I love that effect.
Having it on field is not terrible, actually. It allows you to do stuff. So that's for the main board right there. 40 cards, exactly. Now for the sideboard.
Oh, show him the field center.
Oh.
The field center is nice.
Badass field center. Borlo Dragon for my field center, Borlo Dragon on my mat because we always steal in games. Because Borlo steal monsters.
Well, my boy Evan really hooked it up with the field centers. Those field centers are nice.
Go to Evan and pick one of these up. He's in your fire.
I'll have a video on him later. I'm going to be giving some away as well.
Yes. You know, he's saucy. It's really fucking free. So, Double Helix. No really need to explain. Double Helix, it does what it needs to do.
They get you another Spyral monster to your side of the field.
Yeah, you know, actually when I was playing the entire deck, it's a whole cute combo with the Unicorn, which I'll get into in a second here, but there were just so many times where just 2 Double Helix was more than enough.
Explain to us why the Knightmare monsters are so good while you go through them.
We're gonna get there in a second, alright? So Helix is just free. He goes field to graveyard, you know, just deck to grave to field. It's free. There's no other explanation to it. If you play in Spyral format, you know what it does. And the Knightmare lineup. So I think I went into every single one of them at least once during the entire tournament, alright? They're all so fucking broken. Like, I don't think people understand just how broken these cards are. These are fucking $20, $25 cards a piece right now. They're gonna be expensive in the future because, okay, so I'll explain each one of them. Monster Pop. So it's a spot roll for monsters. Spell and Trap Pop. This guy says if he's code-linked to anyone, all link monsters that are code-linked to him cannot be destroyed by card effects. This guy says
cannot be destroyed by battle.
Yeah, no, by battle, yeah.
Yeah.
And if they're when they're code-linked and their effects get activated, you draw 1 card.
Yeah, that's all the Knightmare monsters. You discard a card to activate their effects, and if they're code-linked, you draw a card.
Yeah, and because of the fact that the discard is what you want, so you can discard things like Mission Rescue to Grave.
That's what makes the deck so powerful.
Or Assault, or Master Plan.
It's the discard that makes the deck so powerful.
It helps you unclog, and then not only do you get the discard, it's Ravine on crack because you can destroy a spell and trap card, destroy a monster. This not being able to let my monsters die by card effects is fucking fantastic. And Nightmare.
Now they can't be targeted or destroyed by battle or card effects.
Oh yeah, let's just do that.
That's super sleeper.
Double summon.
Yeah.
Basically, when he's summoned, if he's co-linked, they get a draw. If he's not co-linked, they still get the summon. So it's freaking fantastic.
Yeah, all the co-links have that draw ability.
Yeah. Nightmare Griffin, it's a skill drain.
He's really good. He's terrible.
He's savage because I actually summoned him onto the board one time against Altergeist, as a matter of fact. My matchups were interesting. So I played against Altergeist, I put him on board, I reset the 1-for-1.
Yeah.
And then I say, and it's a skill drain.
Yeah.
So my opponent's going to do what?
Not much.
Not much. So he pretty much sat there and cried. Well, I had Resort and Sleep on the board as well, too. This That's the boy that makes the deck broken. This guy allows you to, if you open Terraform, you activate it, you activate Terraform, Spyral Resort, do this Shenanigans Resort, you basically end up linking off Master Plan and
your double agent,
double helix, or whatever else you can to shuffle back to make him shuffle back the resort. Spiral Mission Rescue back the Master Plan to get another Spiral Mission Rescue. You link this off to summon this bitch. She does nothing but summon Emily, but she requires one Knightmare monster. So you put him on board, shuffle back the actual resort,
then
link it off.
Sorry about that, guys. You guys know how my camera is. The camera was like, no, Jesse, don't show him that hot fire, not yet.
Oh, the sauce is
yeah. So we're talking about Knightmare Mermaid. That's where.
Yeah. So once you shuffle the resort back, you triggered it off. You summon.
Oh no, you don't need. We'll talk. What should I like? We already said Mermaid, did we?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, so on to the next.
She summons Emily and she does more shenanigans. I'll go through the combo here in a second so people can see how it's played. Tri-Gate Wizard. Because we like banishing stuff.
Somebody actually recorded you doing a Tri-Gate Wizard.
Yeah. So my game one of my final match, he had no hand traps and I went off. I went off. I had this Tri-Linked and I had a sleeper on board with the resort and it was insane. We like having solemn judgments that you don't have to pay cost for. So I like that. It's free. So it's just what Spyral used to be when it first came out, was Tri-Gate Wizard. Firewall. The most lackluster and irritating and I think useless card of the deck unless you have the right combo pieces.
Okay, that's very weird for Firewall to be the lackluster one.
He's good. I just never came across a situation where I really needed to summon him, except for the fact that I didn't have anything else to go into.
You don't feel like you're playing too many fours?
No. Surprisingly not, because this was the original Link deck.
Yeah.
World Chalice, quote unquote, this is the original Link deck that did something. Okay, yeah. World Chalice is ass.
Alright, you have to shoot the fade after this video.
Bet. Alright, Big Dick Daddy Dragon, because we don't like Masterpiece, and we don't like anything else.
Card strong.
No. There's a reason why it was $60. It's my favorite staple Link monster, actually. Saryuja, this is a +4 for Uno. It's the same thing.
Yeah. If you guys think that this card isn't anything other than a +4, like drawing 4 new cards, it's like some people. If you say Graceful Charity is a +1. Then I don't know what to tell you.
No,
this drawing 4 new cards.
This is a +4, okay? Let me tell you the reason why. Because it's freaking free. Summon. Draw 4. Oh, but you're going to put 3 back. No, you don't understand. You can put 3 dead cards back to the bottom of your deck. You don't have to shuffle it.
Exactly.
You put it back to the bottom of your deck.
That hidden advantage is always underlooked.
I draw other ass, I summon him, I put this back, and I can resolve more things.
And you get another free summon.
And you get to, at once per turn, special summon a monster, and if a monster is summoned to a zone this card points to, it gains 300. That's more than enough.
That actually comes up too.
That comes up a lot. Sleeper is now stronger than Masterpiece thanks to that. So, it's free. It's free. Ancient Fairy Dragon, she's a bitch, by the way. I hate this card. But you need her to do things in the deck, so she helps.
Kind of a toxic relationship you got going on with her.
Yeah, it's just like the girl who keeps cheating on you, but she's too hot to let go of. You know what I mean? Like you just kind of have to. Yeah. So. Sylvan Sprite. It came up once. I made it to not get the quick fix banish. I actually drew a terraforming because of it, so it was a luck stack. But it's not a terrible card. It's just not as good as it once used to be.
Okay. Is there any card you would take out from this deck?
And Electromite for the cherries.
Yeah.
Because we weren't letting that happening.
There's nothing you take out from the main board?
Nothing that I would take out from main board per se, really. I like the ratios and everything the way it was. I think I would swap out chalices for impertinence because impertinence can be used on my opponent's turn or when I'm not going first. Yeah. That's like the only time I think I would actually. The only thing I would switch in the deck because it was good.
What do you have for Sai?
Sai, we have 3 Twisters.
You kind of just blaze over these. That's for
Twisters for back row because we don't like back row. Alter guys can eat my deck.
Did you resolve that on Alter guys?
No, actually never did. So Red Reboot was a good in theory concept because trap cards, I figured Paleo and Altergeist and evenly matched and Trickstar Reincarnation.
Did you ever resolve it, period?
I never drew it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I wish I
So we don't even know.
Yeah, we have no idea how good it was, but in theory it was a good idea because when you can activate from hand, pay half-life points, and they can't activate anything for the rest of their turn. Granted, they can set a trap card from deck to field, but
if they're going to evenly match you,
this works.
I'd rather stop the evenly match and then destroy the evenly match. Yeah. And then go on. They basically just wasted their turn for half life points.
That works. And evenly matched. It was a blowout against Draco, a blowout against Altergeist. Whenever I resolved it against Draco and Altergeist, I pretty much won.
Okay.
We don't like Draco again.
Nah, there's a lot of Draco hate. Is that like your only matchup? Like you feel that's tough against you?
No. I just don't. Okay, so the thing about me is that Draco isn't necessarily difficult. I just don't like to think that hard against a,
Well, not when you have easy.
Summon, pop.
All right, look. All right,
swing,
chill out. Chill out. We gonna have a real big problem. You keep on putting that on my channel.
I'm sorry.
Or I might. No. I'm just gonna have to go get the Draco on your ass.
No, I'll scrape Draco. I don't really lose.
Bro, you go get the Draco.
Nah. So no, but it's not just Draco. It's actually just problematic monsters in general. Like Diablos is a problem. Things that say don't target me and I'm unaffected by.
You jackass! You tribute the card that summons with its tribute to tribute other cards to.
Actually, you can't tribute Diablos.
Okay, I was just thinking about that. Yeah. I was like, can it even be tributed? I was like, that don't even make sense.
You can't tribute Diablos, but I'm just giving it. He's a bad
just
example.
problematic monsters.
He's a bad example, but he's an example.
Okay.
Like just cards that are tough to get over in general that I have to commit so many resources and make inoptimal plays to get over. I don't like doing that.
I was thinking, like, if you ever got away with that in tournament,
hey, it's possible. You never know. You never know.
Possible, guys.
You never know.
Hey, anything's possible, guys. Why not 3 Gamma though?
I didn't have the third one. Yeah, I forgot to ask you. So when I realized that when I got to the event, I was like, oh shit, I don't have 3 Gamma. So this is actually Gibby's. I gotta give it back to him, and that's the only thing I had in my actual side.
And then of course the winner cherries.
And cherries because
blowout against Electromite.
We don't like Electromite.
Yeah,
it's just too broken.
So might as well just show us that combo. Give me a second. All right, so Mr. Robert's gonna show us this entire Spyral combo. How many combos do you have?
I'll do the most common, the one you most optimally want to get into.
Okay.
I'm gonna do the bare bones version of it though, because it's all very situational, contingent on what your opponent has. So before you all see the combo, and before I explain it to you, if you want to know how consistent it actually is, I played against round 1 was Dark Magician, so that was just free. Round 2 round 2 was.
Oh yeah, Dark Magician is pretty free.
Yeah. So round 2 was Pen Magician. The player wasn't bad. Pen Magician was. Mind you, this played through a Vortex and a Harbinger and an Ogre. And I still managed to break the board and completely go through. And win that game. So just letting you know, he did amass a board of Harbinger, Vortex, and Ogre, and I still played through it regardless. Round 3, I played against Draco. 2-0 all the matches actually. Okay. Round 4 was Altergeist.
Wait, so I can say undefeated?
Almost. Round 4 was Altergeist. It's the only one that I actually went into game 3 with. Round 5 was Trickstar. Round 6 was Trickstar. So it was actually really
Oh, good. You lost round 5.
Yeah.
God, now I can't say it's undefeated.
We don't like Trickstar.
Or can I?
Trickstar. Reincarnation's I don't give a shit. Reincarnation a bitch.
Yeah, right? I hate Reincarnation.
Reincarnation. And
that's something we both can agree on.
Yeah, and Draw Unlock does kill the deck.
Alright.
So if you get Draw, just cry. That's it.
Okay, so it's this amazing combo.
Yeah, so the combo, the bare bones version of the combo really only requires you to get any way to get basically
double helix
essentially, because that's what you want to do. So the bare bones combo kind of goes like this, and mind you, this is my very, very first time ever playing the deck.
So just show us Spyral Gear, Drone, and just the Super Agent.
Yeah, so I literally just built it this morning, and
you Spyral God, man. You know everything about Spyral.
I have no idea how to play this deck. I was winging it the whole tournament.
Actually. Hey, what happened to that guy?
What?
That guy. I wonder what happened to that guy on YouTube comments.
Oh yeah, I guess he's Spyral God. He's from Thailand or whatever, but. I don't know. I literally just built it and started playing it. I have no idea how the Knightmare cards work. I don't read cards. I just know what they do. So we summon this. We activate the effect. We summon this guy off the effect of him because he gets to sack your opponent's deck. So you obviously know what you're gonna call.
Yeah.
So then you summon him, and then you kind of want to go into Helix at this point.
Helix summon Master Plan.
Helix summon Master Plan.
Master Plan gets you the card to discard.
Yeah, Master Plan gives you a rescue.
Low higher.
Okay. Sorry.
That's good.
Master Plan gets you the rescue.
Doesn't have to be pointed to it?
No. Oh, yeah, it does, yeah. No, not really, because it's going to link off anyway, right?
Oh, yeah, no.
Master Plan gets you the rescue. And then you're going to... and this is actually already if you opened up Terraforming.
Oh, so it's a 3 card.
Or if you have, Resort. I mean, if you've never opened Resort, you just go into the whole thing and you make your regular Spyral play.
Okay.
But if you have... This is actually only if you already have... what is it? Resort. If you already have Resort out on board, because sometimes you open terraforming and you want to search.
Okay, so let's just say it's a 3-card combo. So the Spyral combo plus terraforming.
If you already have resort on board, right?
Okay.
So you link these two off.
But now you can't get the master plan search.
Ben, you make.
Well, I know you're gonna put it back, but
you make this hoe, right? And this hoe says when he summoned this card, so you ditch the mission rescue, right? So what you have in grave are technically these five, right?
Yeah.
So this is just bare bones combo. Like I'm not gonna show everything perfectly, right?
Yeah.
So you make the unicorn, you ditch the rescue to grave because you got it off master plan, right? And then you shuffle back the resort, all right?
Okay.
Then you banish the rescue and resummon the master plan to the field.
Okay.
Okay. Now that this has happened, master plan effect activates again because the first effect's not once per turn.
Okay.
You search another mission rescue, all right? And this is now in your hand, okay? Then you link Knightmare off and you summon Mermaid Hoe.
Okay.
All right. And this is kind of where it gets kind of like situational because Mermaid Hoe will activate and you'll ditch the other rescue to grave. So now you have another rescue in grave, and now you're going to summon our new hoe, Ibli. All right. Now, she doesn't have to be summoned to the zone Mermaid points to. You can summon her anywhere, actually. Okay. So it doesn't really matter where you put her as long as you put her somewhere, basically, right? Then you link these two off, and you ideally, depending on
you get Goblin?
You get Goblin. Depending on the situation, it depends on what your play is and what the board looks like, but more often than not, you make Goblin because if you have another Spyral card in hand, it's a double summon, right?
Yeah.
And then you resolve Master Plan for Resort and basically whatever else you need. If you don't already have Sleeper, you go grab Sleeper, but if you do have Sleeper, you can grab whatever you want, right? So you grab the standard Sleeper.
Just take any Spyral card. Let's just say you just had a Spyral monster in your hand, you summon it.
Yes, so you do Sleeper in this.
No, the additional Spyral monster for your normal summon.
Oh, let's say I already have Sleeper?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, yeah. No. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No. So you search these two, right?
Yeah.
Let's say you already have an agent in hand or whatever, right? Or you have a tough in hand. I don't care. It doesn't matter, right? So, because you want to use Goblin, right? So then you activate the resort. You can search the last resort if you need to, because you're going to open one of your monsters. There's very seldom times you don't open a way to get to your monster, right?
Okay.
Nightmare Goblin can activate, allowing you to summon another monster to the board.
Yeah.
Right? And then you can link these guys off for the Tri-Gate Wizard. Right? And typically in the game state you have quick fix or a way to get to quick fix. There's like never really a situation.
So it's not necessarily like
it's not like a combo, but the whole objective is to resolve Master Plan if you already abuse Resort.
Okay. Well, I'll be showing you guys some test hands then.
Yeah. So it just depends on what you get, because now you can banish this guy, and then you can actually summon out the quick fix and make whatever you need to make. You can make Link Kuribo or make basically something else here.
Okay.
Ib is the ideal play.
So it's not necessarily like a 1-3 card combo that you can show right now, but it does so much. Like you need like a whole hand, but you make a really big board.
Yes, because it's very situational on what you draw.
Okay.
And that's where the player still comes in, because you need to understand what's going to interact, how it's going to interact, what you need to play first, and what sequences you need to play, because you can screw this whole thing up in the process. My board always ended on this and this.
Okay.
That's what I always ended on. I realized I needed Ib, and I forgot to put Ib in there. Yeah. I don't know what I'd take out for Ib, but this worked out just fine. And that's actually a pretty solid board to get over. 2 negates, and 1 negate and 2 pops is pretty good. You can't be destroyed by battle.
Yeah.
It's solid, actually.
Well, that's pretty much it for the deck profile. It's running about 30 minutes for an entire deck profile. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Oh my god, my head is getting worse. Thank you guys so much for watching another segment of the TheCaliEffect. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Let's see if we can get 1,000 likes. I know 1,000. Over 9. Well, no, not over 9,000, but over 900.
9,000.
For a test vid. We'll actually do a couple of games with this. Your boy Jesse, he's always topping. He's always topping events, and I don't really mention him a lot. Because I don't like the flex on dudes, but everybody was like, hey, CaliEffect, how come you don't answer, how come you don't enter tournaments and whatnot? More often than not is because I'm out there vending, man. I'm out here getting cards, for my players to be topping and stuff. But I really appreciate you, Jesse, for showing us this awesome Spyral deck profile.
Thank you. Thank you. It was a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. But most of all, enjoy. I hope you guys are having a great day like we are. I don't think I'm having a great day. I'm going to get some fucking pills or something.